the world's religions, the major world religions, have an internal core or an inner core or kernel that has the real juice of it and is a strain of teaching that's common to all of them, from what I can see. Judaism, Christianity, the Abrahamic religions, Buddhism. What I'm wondering is if the religion comes from the core and then that ends up getting morphed, bastardized, whatnot, as people stick to rigid thinking, or if a religion comes about and then we might have a core develop when somebody finds the way.
Whoa, okay. The way the question is framed, there's an either or at the end. And I wonder if you could frame it and leave that part off. And it's a good question the way you worded it, so let's keep that. But now if you can simplify that down and make sure that you're not giving me a choice at the end, so I can answer, I think, more fully. I believe. I don't know. We'll see.
It's harsh for you to simplify it down.
Well, I think the word revelation is what came to my mind, and I think your question is actually one of revelation.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so could you ask it in another manner?
Yeah, but it still feels a little bit either or. I could say...
How about this? Do religions require revelation?
Okay. Do religions require revelation?
I don't know the answer to that. I know it's common, but I don't know if it's required. If you look, for example, in the Judeo-Christian, prophetic tradition, and then of course there's the Messiah, Jesus Christ, and then there's Muhammad. Revelation is central. If you go to the Tibetan Buddhists, they believe that some of their masters can access teachings that were written centuries before through something akin to revelation, I suppose. The Taoists don't speak about that much, but they don't speak about many things much just to point to the place beyond words, right? Where words can't go. And so I think that's an interesting question. Is religion created by man, or is it created from the outside and given to man? And I think that would depend on the religion, I suppose. So let's keep exploring it. Well, let's do it together.
Yeah, then how about Christianity? Or Judaism and Christianity? The Old Testament and the New Testament. New Testament, of course, revelation. But then we have Old Testament, which is religious, and I've been reading a good amount of it. Some of it seems revelatory, or like according with the way. Other parts, like teaching stories. Other parts, I can't make heads or tails.
And I think that's fair. In the Old Testament, it's not one book. Right. And it's been subject to quite a bit of scholarship and occasional controversies and differences in emphasis and wholesale deletions, and some would say additions. For example, can you teach me about the book of Enoch?
No, I'm not familiar.
Is it in the Old Testament? That's how ignorant I am. Is it?
Oh, is it part of is Book of Enoch an apocryphal one? Like,
I don't know. All I know is the name rings a bell, but I have no idea if it's